Hello everyone and welcome back to the techystack channel. So today we are trying to explore one more new things on the pandas itself. So I have this two Excel file, two CSV files. Let me open these things. So in one of the CSV file, I have this data like crime. Okay, another CSV file, I have this data like this columns. So for example, when you check here, the columns having this year, K and A and C, these details are there. So if you want to get the full information of K and A, what is the full name of the K and A? So those data we can get it from the description CSV file. So now we can load these two things. Okay, after that we can do some kind of stuff like we can do some. Let me open this file. Okay, now we can see. So just first we'll try to read these two data tables and store it with some variables. So after this we need to clean the data. Like, is there any blanks are there? And after this, when I check here, so when I trying to do that, so at the time I found one thing. So when I go on here A and A, for example, if I filter here, and I can see this the two types of data is available. When you check, sir, is A and islands which is in the caps lock, so which is called uppercase, and this is a combination of upper and lower case. So when I trying to do that some do modification, these two are considered as two different datas like that. So to avoid these things, so we can just convert it either into lower case or might be the upper case. So depends upon you. You can go with this any case, it's fine. So once this is done, so later we can change this column names. For example, we have this column names or data is available now. So these things we can just modify with this existed one. So already I have these columns now. So we can just modify with this with this data to these columns. Okay, we'll update that as well. So once this is done, so we have some we can prepare some kind of data. We'll go and check one by one. Okay, so now we'll go back to this pandas here, Jupyter, and we'll start this how we can do all the stuff. Pandas as PD. So once it's done, you can just shift plus enter and we can check this whether it is doing correct or not. So after this, we want to import two data. So I will make here one table, the data as the crime data. Crime data equals to PD dot read underscore CSV. So this is a format how we can read this data from the CSV file. So go back to this location and I need to copy this particular location path of the file. So let me copy. Once this is done, you can just update and forward slashes. I'm changing to the backward slashes. I'm changing to the forward slashes. So you can go with and run. If it is working, then leave it like this. If it is not working, then change it. Okay. So next, I'm just copying the same thing and update downside and change this name accordingly. So the next one is I have this description data. Okay, description data, and I have this file name which we call description.csv file. So just I change this crime data to the description data. Okay, now I will just go and print this crime data and this description data. Okay, I'm go with here head. So because I don't want to see enter the data, and for this as I will print this one. So dot head. Okay, just hit enter, and now I can able to see this. It's having the data like it's which is a perfect, and we can see this have this columns and this data is available. Similar with this data is also available, and one you can check here unnamed columns is there. So this column is not required. Okay, so what I will do now, I will just remove this column from this here. So just I'm updating one comment. So this comment will be used for the further things. So that's why we need to mention these comments as well while you are developing the code. Removing columns, unnecessary columns. Okay, so from where I want to remove, I need to remove from the data, crime data. So just update here crime data dot. So if you want to delete the data, so you want to delete the row, so we can use this drop of where you are targeting. So I'm targeting on the columns. Columns equals to, so which column? This is my column name. Okay, column names equals to this one. Just hit and enter, and we can check this. So the columns as removed. And if you want, you can go and print here. Print this crime data. Okay, now we can able to see this, the data has been dropped with the columns. And okay, here what so you can just update here one more thing which we called in place equals to true, then it will update by default. Okay, so removing the columns has been done. Just I taken this same snippet of the code and put it the top side. Okay, and next what we want to, so we want to when you check this state, the state having this caps lock, caps lock is there, so uppercase is there. So now what I will do now, I will just convert everything to the lower case. Okay, so let me go this lower case. If you want, you can go with this uppercase as well. So it depends upon you. So as of now, I'm going with this lower case. So crime data of, so where I'm targeting this state column. So just update this the state column. Once it's done, equals to crime data dot string str dot lower. So now when I print here crime data dot head of 5. So now you can check here. So all the stuff in this particular statement is just converted to the lower case. So it depends upon you. You can convert anything is fine. So as of now, I go with this the lower case. If you want, you can go and do with this uppercase as well. So it's fine. No issues. There is no go with like that. There is no like that. So it depends upon the thing. You can modify it. Now next what I will do. So here next step is I want to remove this NS. So if NS is available, then need to remove. So for his crime data, I want to remove this NA. So crime data dot drop NA. Hit enter and we can check this. So whatever the blanks are there now, so enter the blanks has been removed from this crime data. Okay. So still here what we did, so the first step which we read the data from the two different CSV tables. So and everything is done. After this we clean this data and remove the blanks as well, and converting this data to state either lower or uppercase. So now the time to further rename the columns. So for here renaming the columns, we want to check this the where is this description data. So in this description data, I have these columns, and along with this state, along with this one more thing is it. So in crime data, so first of all, I need to get the crime data headers. Okay. So for getting crime data headers, print of crime data dot columns. So you can check this. So I got this columns. This is the data. So these things I need to loop it. So for X in crime data columns. So we'll go one by one for understanding purpose. After this, I will get this a print of X. So when I print this, it will print one by one. So we can check this state here. All the data has been available here. Next, what we need to do now? So we need to get this data from the from the description data. So this one I need to loop it. Okay, how I will loop this means. So this has some different syntax because let me print this one. So when you check here, column names, I need to match this column names. This column name match with this X, this columns. Okay, if both are matched, then I need to get the data from the explanation. Okay, we need to match like this. So if you want to match this like this, then it is a form of row is there. So it is in the format of row is there. So we need to loop it like that. So for index, comma, row in this table. So here I don't want to consider any specific column. So because I need to use this all these columns because this column names when it is matched, and I need to I need to expand this. Expand this this explanation things. So for that purpose, I'm not using anything. Okay, dot iter rows. So this is a syntax for this to get this rows of this data. Okay, and I will just here print of row of this column names. So in this column names, it will print each one by one. Okay, just I'm updating, and we can check all the data has been printed from this way. Okay, now next we'll put one if condition. If X equals to this one, if it is match, okay, if this is equals to match, then print this row of columns. Okay, now when you check this, I got this data. Okay, and similar way, if it is match, then I want to print this data. So just I will update this explanation here. Sorry, let me copy this explanation and I will update here. So now we can check this state expression, everything is done. So now, so so this is done. So why I'm doing with this statement now? So I forget before to update. So for example, I want to change this column names. Okay, first we'll analyze that one. Later we'll come back to the for loop. So for example, when you check here, this state I want to replace with this one. So if it is K and A is available, then I want to replace with kidnap and assault. Okay, so first we'll check the understand this syntax how it looks like. Okay, so for example, I want to change this data in the column in the crime data. So crime data dot rename of columns equals to, so which column I am targeting? I'm targeting this state. For example, just understand. Okay. So this is state I'm targeting. After this, rename with new column. New call, just for understanding purpose. And I will print here, print of crime data. Okay, 1 second. So print of crime data. Okay, now when you check this in column crime data, comma, in place equals to true. Okay, now when you check this one, so it got changed to columns. Okay, now just assume that I have the one column, I can go and change. Tomorrow, if you have the multiple columns, how we can do change? So it's a very big thing now. So for example, you are working on the one project. In that project, we have the thousands of columns are there. So you want to change each and every column. So you cannot update the code like that. Now, if you update that, that is a static. For example, tomorrow it got changed again. So the whatever the things is done, we need to go with this dynamic. So if you want to go with the dynamic, so this is the things I'm right now I'm doing. Okay. So now I got this syntax here. This is a syntax. So this is this syntax, everything I want to operate into there. Okay. Now how I'm updating this syntax now. So when you check here, it is a combination of keys and values. The same thing I will do here. So whatever this is explanation, the columns which all we are getting that. Okay. Now what I will do now, if both are match, then I will make it as column headers. Column headers equals to, I will update the same syntax here. Okay, double quotes plus. So here state, this state is nothing but as getting from the X you can take, or this row column names. So you can take anything is fine. So as of now, I'm going with this row columns plus, and here what we have this and colon. Okay, this is the thing. After this, I have this plus and I have this new column. So the new column is nothing but as this one. Just copy and change the value to explanation. So where is this explanation? I will copy from here. So I need that name. So I copied and I will just update this here as explanation. Done. Okay. Now what I will do? I will go and declare on the top this column headers equals to blank data. So just I am declaring this as a blank data. Okay, now everything is done. I want to get here the comma. I mean this one, this is still it is missing now. So just I will update this as well. Double quotes. So why it's I'm separating this one. So for example, when you say right now I have this one column, if I have the multiple columns, then I want to give by separated by the comma, then only it will work. So whatever this column headers is, just I want to update this for every time it's looping now. So once everything is done, I will go on this print of column headers. So just copy these columns headers and print it. Now this is the perfect perfect syntax. I got it, and at the end we can see this one extra comma is there, so I can remove with the help of slices. So -1. So once I did this one, I can remove that extra comma as well. So everything is done. So now I will try to update the same thing in here. So column headers. Okay, just I will take this column header. Okay, still one part is missing. So this flower brackets are there. I mean brackets. So this is missing. So what I will do now, I will go here and declare one more variable which we call final column headers equals to, I will just take this one and in between front and back I will add those data. So which is nothing but as a double quotes flower bracket, open flower bracket, and plus at the end plus double quotes closed flower bracket. So now this is done. Let me add this. Okay, now this is done. Okay, so whatever the final column header is done, I will just add it here and I will run this one. Whether it will run or not, we'll check this one. Okay, I will remove this stuff and make this as a final headers. Okay, now we can check. So it got added very perfectly, no issues with that. So I'm just entering. So now it throw the error. So when you check here, the type error index must be called with a collection of some kind. So it's saying that it's calling the collection, but here it's saying it's in the format of the string. So here what will happen? It's not allowing the string. So it's allowing the collections. So now how we can do now? So we can use this one function which we call eval. So evaluate this function. So right now it's converting to the original thing. So for example, when you check here, it's directly taking it as an integer. Sorry, it's taking as a string. So double quotes, everything. So now actually when you look this one, this is a format of keys and values. Okay, it's kind of just a small dictionary is there. Okay, like that we are eval and we are using that. So it evaluating that and it modify the data according to that. Okay, after this I will hit enter. Okay, now when you check this, it's got all corrected the data. Okay, now why this new column is available now? So we need to run from scratch again and will disappear that as well. So I'm running and again I'm running. So now when you check here, so I have the state is there and here is there and K and A which is nothing but as a reader and assault and C is nothing but as cheating and DV is all the data is available here. So now everything is done. It's got affected each and every column. This is fine. Okay. Now we'll go back to Notepad and we'll check. So renaming columns has been completed. Okay. Now the next what is there? Need to prepare the data like in which year, which cases are high. For example, this is the data. In this particular year, for example, when you say 2001, which case has a highest one? For example, when you check this particular state, so and so this state in this year, I mean it's kind of so it should be get the year wise data I need and the state wise data on the particular state which is got highest state. For example, when you check 2016, I have the X state has a highest value, and 2017 I have this so and so. Like that, we need to clarify. I mean, we need to do everything, each and everything. So for that, how we can do now? Just go back to here again, and I'm removing this data. This is not required. Let me put it. Okay. So this is also in place headers. This one I will put it on the top side. So let me put here, and this also I will keep it here. Okay, let me remove and I will update here renaming or modifying the column, renaming or modifying the column or data table headers. Okay, this is done. It's also completed. The next step is we are going to tackling that. So in which year, which state has highest crimes? So we need so how the data is expecting now it should be I mean we'll show that data as well here. So first of all, if you want to get the data like this, so we wanted to group it. So once you group that thing now, then only we are able to do some calculations like sum, mean, average, max, minimum. These and all we can do once you segregate the data. So for segregation the data we are using this group by. Okay, just I will take this crime data. Okay, group data which is nothing but I'm taking this group data equals to so crime data dot. So if you want to group, so we can use this group by. So now what they given here is a combination of state and the combination of years are there, both are available. So now we can give this here state comma and the next what we have year. Okay, dot sum. So once you give this sum, all the data which will with a combination, for example, in particular state, in this year, all the crimes are added. Automatically, it will added. So here syntax, this should be added here. Okay, now I will just print this data. Print of group data. So when you check this one, so this is the state. So you can go with vice versa. Na? So they asked. So we can update here and I will go here the state reverse. Okay, now when you check this in this 2001 A and A islands. So in these islands, which case has got highest crime rate? For example, might be this is the highest or this is the highest. We need get those columns should be added here. So I'm expecting the data like that. Okay, if you want to get that, what we need to know? So we can use this one more thing like group data dot. So where sorry, one second, group data dot max. Okay, so here what I'm expecting now. So they want one more new column, so which is called highest, or might be that we can go with anything. So for that group data of, we need to add one more column now. So I will make this as highest crime. We can go with anything is fine. So or might be the highest crime. So this is fine. Highest cases we can make it as highest cases. So because we are getting this highest case in the particular state and in the particular respective year. Okay, now this is fine. So once it is done, E is equals to group data of this one. Just copy that same thing dot max. Okay, once I done this one, so it got added one more extra. Okay, highest cases has added. For example, I will give here head. So we'll understand that as well. So when you check here in this first row, so 19 has the highest one. So it should be written by the 19. And the second row, when you check here 765, okay, here 5791. This is the highest. This I'm expecting here. Okay. So that max. So here we can just update axis equals to 1. So once this is done, we can check this. The data has been added and still it will reflect for the all the stuff data. That's it. Okay. And next what expecting now. So this is fine. I got this 19 cases and this 19 cases highested in the which domain, like which crime. Okay, once you check this 19, so this is available on this crime. Okay, this one I want to print it here. Okay, if I want to print that, so again what I will do, so group data of, here I need to add one more column, so which is nothing but as the case type. Okay, case type. So case type equals to group data of, sorry, dot idx max. So what it will know, it will give this idx is nothing but as a, it give id. Okay, in this id which has the max, it will return like this. Okay, and give this axis is equals to 1. That's it. So now what it will do, it will create this highest cases, the case types. So now when you check this, so it's have the highest cases 19 and this is related to the ASF against women. So this is fine. Now it looks good. So now finally what I want to data like this. So I need year. Okay, I will update this year here. Okay, after this I need this state as well. State. So it will throw the error. Okay, let me put this again because it having the two things now. Okay, index is or the or in the columns. So index here or in the columns. Okay, this columns only now. State. Okay, STATE. Okay, one second. What is this error? So none of the index the object are in the columns. It's saying these are not available in the columns. So this group data. So first of all, okay, this is fine. Let me put like this. Basically, this is not right way. Let me try. Yeah, that is the syntax is wrong syntax. So I will do one thing. I will go with this first of all one, and we'll go with this others as well. Okay, state. Okay, something is syntax is missing here. Let's figure out it. So group data. So when I entering this one, so I'm getting this all the data. But what I'm expecting only the specific data. So I will try here. So crime data of. So just I want to go with this state. Okay, now it's getting this state. And if I want to multiple, so for example, I want year as well. Okay, it mistake. But this should be this closed by this again. Okay, now it's giving the state and year. So these two are working. So, but here this is not working. So maybe what happened? So the state and year available here. Okay. So when you check here, na, the state and year which has grouped. So these two are the grouped by default. So when you check this, it's not coming. So now what I will do, anyway, I want this highest cases and case types. No? So just I will go and update here highest cases and types. So let me copy this highest cases, comma, the case types. So let me update. So once I hit enter, I got this data. So now when I just you can go with this. So in this particular year, so A and islands having the highest cases is 19 at AOW. So when you look this one in the particular year, this state, so they will get clear picture on this. So on so having this much of crime rates available. So for that purpose, we need analyze the data like this. Okay, so if you want, you can vice versa, you can state and you can put it here vice versa. So that's not a problem. You can do vice versa, no issues. Okay, and the next, so this is also completed. Okay, now what is get the data highest cases by state irrespective of the year. So now what it's saying, I don't want year. So whatever the cases is in the state, so I want to get this highest cases from the particular state. So for example, if you say in one state, so for example, DV is the highest in this state, or might be the WT is the highest cases in this state. So here I don't want this year column. Okay, so we'll do how we can do this one. Let's go here. And again, I will go with here group data by state. So this is I'm going with the state now. So I will go with the state. So crime data dot group by which I'm taking state. So I need only the state. I don't want to anything data dot sum. So it's working, and we can just go and hit this enter and print off crime data state. So just update here. And when you check this, I got this data, but here one thing is I'm getting this year as well. So I don't want to get this year. I want to exclude this year. So how we can do this one? Excluding this year. So for excluding, you know, excluding is something like deleting. So for deleting, we can use this drop. Okay, drop. What I want to drop need the columns. So columns equals to. So here year. So I need update this year. Year dot group by. So now when I check here, so the year column has been removed from this state. And now when you check here, the total, this one, total, so length of this. So it where is this? Length of this. And we can check this. So totally we have unique values is the 37. So if you want to get a unique values, how we can just copy this this stuff. So just copy till here, and I will go and use this print of state dot unique. Okay, just check this one. Okay, this is fine. So when you check here, so we got all the unique values, and if you want to get this length, just update this length here, and shift enter, and we got the 37 unique states are there. The same data we are representing here, and we are doing the thing. Okay, now let me remove this and we'll go and check again. So now we got this data. So out of this data, so what I mean, what is the expectations is, for example, if you see A and islands, so in this islands, so what is the highest case? Highest is the 558 in AOW. The same thing what we replicate on the top center, the same thing we need to replicate here. So how we can replicate? Just copy this group data of state, and I need add the one more column. So which we call highest cases, highest records, or maybe highest cases, highest records equals to dot max. Okay, so it will just got the highest records. Okay, after this, just copy the same thing and make it as ITX. So which is something as a we'll get this name. Okay, here what I will do, I will give it as the case type. Okay, once I hit enter, I got this okay, here one thing is missing. So axis equals to 1, and here also axis equals to 1, and now we got this data. Okay, now this stuff is not required. I need only the state. After this highest records and case types. So what I will do, I will just go inside here and update this the data here. So let me update the same thing. So I copied this highest records, comma, this case type. Okay, now you got this one. How we can do this one? So now when you check this this one, for example, now when you check this in this particular state, okay, it has the highest records on 558 on AOW. In this particular state, we got a record has around 1 lakh 188,511 on the dowry violence. So like this, we got each and every state. So now when you projected the same thing in plot, okay, you will get a clear picture, and the study is also very easy to analyze. So and so state, so and so having the so and so cases has been the very high. So and so state, these are cases are the very low. So like that it will come. So when you check here Lakshmadeep, this one, so it has a very less minimal cases. So in rest of the things are very minimal. The highest is at 23. So when you check, there is a no issues with that. It's easy to understand like that. Okay. I will put this hash. Okay, now fine. So once everything is done, we can plot the graph as well. First of all, we'll try to learn this pandas, how we can work with this data frameworks, how we can get the data, how we can project, how we can do like this, whatever the stuff is done, how we can do. If we learn these things, then the next step is we can plot the graphs is very easily. If you don't know these data, how we can handle, then we are directly going and applying the plot graphs on the something. Just I mean, when you go and check in Google, we got the data, it's fine. But the thing is, if you understand that, we can handle here. When you say here now, so if you want to get the some kind of prospection, you kind of look should be there. So if this is the data, how we can handle, so kind of thinking is the important. So we need to grab those kind of stuff, then it's easy to handle all the stuff. Only thing is, just be patient and try to understand the concepts each and one by one and explore. It will work, no issues. Okay. And the final here is in which state has the highest cases. Cases are available in the particular year. Okay, now it's saying in which state has the highest case. For example, if you check take one X state, in that X state in this particular year, for example, 2001, in this case, in this state it has a highest case. So now by default, it's what it's saying. It's saying the kind of we need to apply the filters. Okay. First of all, we'll go with the filters with one thing. We'll go with the 2001. Later, we'll go with this rest of the stuff as well. Okay. So where I want to apply these filters, I want to apply the filters in this crime. Okay, crime data of year equals to 2001. So I'm going with this 2001. Okay, just copy this crime data of 1. This is a syntax. Okay, whatever this data is, in every total data I'm updating into the one variable which we call filter data. Okay, this is fine. So once I hit and enter, okay, this should be the equals to filter data. Okay, now this is fine. If you want, you can print it here. So print of filter data. So I will go with this here data. Okay, now we can check this. So it got reflected with this 2001. So everything is available. So now this is done. So after this, what we are expecting, the expectation is I want to remove this 2000, remove this year data. Okay, I don't want the year column. So now what I will do, I will just copy the same thing and remove this column. Okay, not this. Copy the same stuff and drop of which column I want to drop. Columns equals to, so year. So I want to drop this column year, comma, in place equals to true. Okay, having the syntax error column. Okay, this is missing. Unexpected match. Okay, this is there. This is there. Okay, just we'll check the syntax from this top side. So columns, where is this columns? We drop this in columns. Okay, so we don't want to get this. Okay, but okay, this should be the comma. This not one. Still invalid syntax. Column name equals to. Okay, so columns file dot of drop columns equals to year. So this is year correct only, no? The same thing we update the stuff here. So let's go and update here. So crime data drop columns unnamed. Okay, this is one extra stuff which we got there. Syntax. So most of the times we got this syntax error only. And why this filter data is not able to filter, the name is true. Filter data dot drop of this columns. Everything is looks good only. So sometimes this will very common issue. Let's figure out it here itself. So with this, it's fine. So again, what I'm doing, so from this data, I want to drop these columns and in place is equals to true. Okay, what it's saying, print of filter data. So everything is looks good, pretty good, no issues, but still getting this error. So we'll figure out right away here why it's not working. So maybe it's a small kind of syntax, it might be the get missing, and name true is not defined. So name true is not defined. Okay, let it be. We'll go with this. Okay, filter data. Okay, crime data is there. It's equal. It's got filtered with this specific data. So from this specific data, I'm removing these columns. So columns is equals to, here the problem is it's saying the name true is not defined. That tree should be, I mean, T should be the caps lock, then only it will work. Okay, now we got this data under these things. Okay, so now what asking, so once this is done highest cases, so we need to find the highest cases. Okay, so just we need to find the highest cases available in the particular year. So already we have this data. So this data is which is specific related to the 2001. Okay, now what I will do, so we need to group this data. Okay, group filter data. Filter data equals to, so I will go with this group by the state dot group by state dot sum. So I got this data, everything is there. So when you check here, in this particular things, it got this data and this is how this data. Okay, now from this, so which have the highest things. So for example, when you check this in this particular state, okay, in this particular year. So now the current year is 2001. Okay, in this 2001, 3554 are the highest one. Sorry, not 35. This 5791 are the highest one. So I want to display this one directly straight away. Okay, now I will go with one more extra column. So which we taken as filter data. So column. So the column which we taken as highest cases equals to dot max. Okay, and filter. So now we got this. Where is this? Index. Sorry, axis equals to 1. Okay, where it's not displayed. Okay, filter the data of group filter data and group filter data max. So here syntax got missed. Okay, now when I check, it got something. Okay, okay, the syntax is correct only. Then why it's not? Let me check this as well. Okay, now I got. Okay, this is available in the downside. I think so. Okay, downside also it's not there. Okay, again might be some issue with this syntax only. It will went somewhere else. So this is the one dot max. We can get it. Axis equals to 1. So everything is looks good. Filter data dot max, and this is the highest date I want to replicate it. Okay, now I need to filter this one. So that's it. So when you check this, so I got this highest cases is 19. Okay, 5791. This is the highest case which I got recorded. And the similar way, I need to get this one. So along with this IDX max. So I will go here and case type. Okay, now when you check this one, this is the done. So case type, all the stuff is available. But here, what we want to know? So when you check this outside, I need only this highest cases, and this is the thing. The same thing we can append here, and we can go with this. It will work. Okay, now the problem is here. I need to get this 2001 right now. If you say this is related to the 2001. Okay, what we need to do, we can create it one more small data framework, and we can append this. So everything we can put it in the loop. So right now, what you check here now, this is once directly straightforward. When you say every time it got changes now. So right now we got this only one set of the data. For example, when you go this 2021, I have the bunch of the data. 2022, sorry, 2002, 2003, I have the bunch of the data. No? So the everything data we can go with this for loops. So first of all, what we need to know? So we need to get this looping for the years. Okay, first step per year in crime data of year dot unique. So just I will print here year. So I will get around some, okay, around we have some 21, 20 columns are there and 20 rows are there. So the same data it's done, got it. Okay, next what it did, so it got filtered. Now the next step is we need to give the filter, okay. Filter data equals to, so I want to filter with crime data. So crime data of YEAR. Okay, this should be the like this. Then only we can save this table. So crime data of year equals to this year. Okay, in this only now we are filtering that one. Okay, now I will just print it here. Filter data. When okay, this should be go inside this one now. Filter data of year. So now when you check this one under the 2001, so I got this data. So all the data is available. Okay, now next what I need to do, I need to remove this column. I need to remove this column. So just I will go and remove this column. Filtered column. Filter data. I will go with filter data. Filter data equals to, sorry, filter dot. Okay, drop is it drop of the columns equals to year, comma in place equals to true. Okay, now when you check this, I got this data, all the stuff is there. So when you go and check this 2001, 2002, every stuff is data is there. Okay, so 1 second, we need to remove the column or what we need to do. 1 second, 1 second. So in these cases, highest. Okay, we don't want to remove this one. So this is not required. Okay. So now this is fine. So the next step, what we need to do? So we need to segregate with this particular year. Okay, first we need to segregate this year. So filter data dot group by. So I will go with these two steps. So group by year. The first time I will go with this group by year. And here I mentioned filter data group. So equals to group by year dot sum. So when you check here, so I got this 2001, this data, every stuff is available here. So I got this one. So the next what we need, we can do the same thing for the state as well, and we need to do some calculations as well. Updated this small snippet of the code. The first thing, already we aware of this. If you take this dot unique, it will get this look for it for all the columns. Okay. So once this is done, after this, I'm filtering this data with this years. So whatever the done now, we have the same thing in the different perspective. Okay. So we did here, and after this grouping the state. So state wise, I'm grouping with this one. So for that, I take it as a state group, and initially I declared one result. So this is a empty list. So whatever the data is looping in that one, each and every data I will update into this list, and finally I will convert that list to the data frame again. Okay, now when you check here, so max cases state, so group dot max sum of axis equal to 1 and idx of the max. So what it will go now, it will get the max total number of the cases in the particular thing, and similarly this for this as well. And once it is done, so I will just updating this value, and everything I get the result dot append. So this is the year. In this year, in this state, these are the maximum cases, and this is the crime type. Okay, so when you check this, finally data will be the very clear. So in this particular year 2001, so this state has the maximum cases. Maximum means total cases. Out of the total cases, crime type is this is the have the highest crime rate. So like that it got painted. So just check this one. So when you check here, so I got this year. So in this year, for example, when I go this Uttar Pradesh, so the total cases are the 19901. So let's go here. So I will filter. Already I have this 2001 is there. So when I go here, Uttar Pradesh. So this is Uttar Pradesh. Huh? So Uttar Pradesh. So when I check this Uttar Pradesh, this is the very highest crime. So 1 second, we'll let copy this data. So in somewhere else, and we'll check that. Then only we'll get understand this one. So now I will go downside equals to sum of this similar way, and top side also I will do the same thing, equals to sum of. So when you check the out of these, okay, under this Uttar Pradesh, I got the highest thing. So when you check this, are all the things. So the Uttar Pradesh having the very highest things, and similar way 19901. Okay, these are the highest cases, and out of this DV, so DV is nothing but this column has a 7365. So this has a 7365 have the highest cases in that DV. Okay, if you want add that DV, so you can add that DV as well. Okay, so like that we need to update everything is a thing, and we can add this even. So now we'll try to add this DV as well. So I got this data max index of the sum. Okay, just I will add one more column which we called, okay, crime type is there. So crime data which we call crime max. So just we take it as a crime max. So and we need to declare this one variable. So from where we can get is enough. So just we need to check this is a sum. It will give the sum of the particular state, and we got this max cases. So max cases is state. So it will give this IDX. So it will give this one, and now it got the total. So now it got the total. So from where we can add this log IDX max. So just adding the value here, max crime count is equals to state dot group. Okay, just add this dot loc. So we need the column now. So loc, and we need to take this max cases state. Okay, in this max cases state, I need this max crime count now. So in this max status, I mean, this is a state for declaration of the state, and this is a max crime type. So just copy and update here. So that's it. Okay, and whatever this max crime count is, just add it here and give this data. So now we can check this one. So crime, we can make it as crime. Okay, it looks good. Okay, now when you check this one, in this particular year, I have this Uttar Pradesh has the highest, I mean, maximum cases has recorded in the US, Uttar Pradesh, and out of this crime division, so it has the DV. DV has the highest record cases, which is a 7635. When I go and check the same thing here, so 7635, which is available on the Uttar Pradesh, and this is the highest 19901, which got record the highest records. Okay, like this, it will give this each one by one year. I mean, 2001 to 2021 years. So like this, we need to analyze the data. So still, if you have any doubt, I mean, maybe if you practice, then only it will get. So for me also, when I trying to this, it not get at a one time. Okay, it will take the long time to understand each and everything. Once you practice well and well, you will get this stuff. If you not practice, just seeing the, it won't work. So you can try to practice more and more, and going further videos, I will try to learn some more concepts on the pandas as well. So once you clear with this pandas, then only we can move with this plotting. So now when you check this data is done, so with this data we can able to the plot. If you not get this data, how this data is getting now, it's very difficult to plot the graph. Okay, here pivots is there, and some other stuff also available here. So all things will go won't get together. So we need to explore one by one. Then only it will get the data. I hope you understand.